What's up, Addicts? I'm Michael.
And I'm Josh.
And I'm almost cough there. Yeah, we're doing That Time I Got Reincarnated as a Slime episode 6? 6, yeah, that's right. So in this episode, a lot of stuff happened.
Yeah, like this is probably the first episode review of this series that we've done in a while that's actually going to be of importance. Because stuff does happen where we can talk about it. So I guess if you want me to, I can kind of recap the episode, and then we can go into what we think. So we start off by seeing the trio of adventurers that we got. Yeah, that they're finally doing something, and all they do is complain. That's all they do.
That was some funny scenes. Him with the guildmaster complaining about.
Yeah, they're like, "Only 3 days off. You killing me here." And so yeah, we get to see them get introduced officially. Then, as they're kind of leaving the guild headquarters, we get to see them actually meet up with the character that we've seen before, but again haven't been introduced to, which is Shizu, whatever you want to call her. And she's the World War II girl that we saw at the very beginning of the show, and she has a mask on now.
Napalm.
And my phone walks.
Hashtag napalm.
Yeah. That's maybe one of her strengths as well. And then we get to flash back to Rimuru village. We get to see the dwarves are helping them build up things. It's pretty cool. They're moving along pretty far, which, speaking of moving up in the world, we actually get to see that multiple goblin camps have come, and they're like, we want to join you. So they have 500 more people now. And he actually gives them the blessing. So they're all on par with the other hobgoblins that we saw.
Goblin Lord becomes Goblin King.
Yeah, Rigard. I don't know.
Yeah, I think it's Rigard.
So, and he's hilarious in this with his flexing and whatnot. But we also get to see Gobka, and we get to see that he actually escaped, which I love that scene of him escaping, by the way. And we get to see that he actually has a cool ability of summoning Tempest Wolves, which is...
Yeah, he has to make a sound to summon them.
And he has to sit there and concentrate for a while.
Yeah, it's pretty good though.
Yeah,
Gobka's gotten some strength. I like it.
Yeah, I mean better than the other people that we saw so far. But this leads to as Rimuru's going around the village, he gets notified that there's humans in the forest, and we actually figure out that's the people that I just mentioned, and they had some problem. Yeah, but Shizu, whatever you want to say her name, she takes out some, but Rimuru's Black Lightning. And yeah, they kind of meet up, they go back to the village, and he gets a little bit of interaction with her, get a little bit of her backstory, I guess, more so than her just getting engulfed in a flaming tornado.
Yeah, the end of the episode gives a little bit, yeah.
Yeah, and that's basically all that happened. Michael, what was your favorite parts of this?
There's quite a few. The scene with Rimuru where he destroys the giant ant is a pretty good action scene. I did like the interactions with, I think Fuse is the name of the guildmaster, and then the three adventurers. Their relationship's kind of interesting.
I like how he's just if I die, I'm going to come back to hunt you. Like, oh, that's not going to work because I'm going to die too.
That one line was pretty great too. Yeah, it was interesting how he was able to tell she was Japanese from how she was sitting and doing stuff like that.
I love the joke that he told, and she's like, I understood the reference.
I got that reference. Yeah, I think one of the best scenes were when he gave a flashback and showed her what Japan was like. I was like, oh, yeah, that was sweet. I like that.
And you get to figure out exactly why he asked his young pupil to delete his hard drive.
Yeah, exactly.
Which I think probably one of the most I'm glad they just went back and showed it was Gobka escaping from the prison.
Since the audience forgot about it.
Yeah, and everybody's just stop right there, and he's just going through all the lines. But yeah, I think this episode was really good. They added I don't know. I was talking to Michael off camera, and I was like, these last, none of the episodes have been bad, but the last several, maybe 2 or 3, have been not much has gone on. We have seen continually they are building stuff, but there hasn't been really anything too interesting. And I guess I should say it's been heavily relying on the comedy, which is still fine, but I think for a show like this, it does need that plot substance. Mm-hmm. And I was getting to the point where I'm like, man, I'm starting to lose a little bit of interest. But this episode, they come back and they bring the plot back in.
They bring the fire.
Yeah, they do. And torture. It's half torture, half power from her strength.
Yeah, we'll see how bad it is. I have a feeling it's gonna suck.
Yeah. Which we can already get a peek of her, she's not fully in control, So, or at least she has some internal struggle, I guess. Maybe, hinting at the fact because she wears a mask.
Yeah, true.
And she's completely different when she wears the mask versus when she's not wearing the mask.
Yeah, we'll see how everything works out.
But yeah, what are you looking forward to in the next episode?
I'm looking forward to quite a few things. Like Josh said, I think this episode kind of opened up the world a lot. We still don't know motivations for Rimuru yet. I mean, we know he's building up his kingdom, which is nice.
He did make a comment where he's like, see Japan? Like, there was peace after where he's like, I want to bring that to this world.
Yeah,
and I'm like,
that's true.
Is that really, okay.
Japan's pretty peaceful, yeah.
Yeah.
I guess. That was pretty interesting. Moving forward, I'm sure, I don't know if this whole next episode is going to be all her backstory. Because I feel like, in reference of the book, there's quite a lot that happens. I would be okay with that if it is, because I have a feeling it's going to be like all her backstory, and then whatever happens next is going to be in the next episode. But like in Rimuru, the scene where the powers of the village increase because of the 500 members, that's great. We'll get to see how that turns out, and I really like some of the Goblin characters already. So we'll have to see when they meet superior forces how they'll do, and how we just really don't know how powerful Rimuru is yet.
Yeah, his Black Lightning's pretty OP.
Yeah, it's pretty powerful, but I don't know if he's as powerful as that Fire Spirit. We'll have to see.
Yeah, I think that might be the first good challenge for him. I think like Michael said, seeing the backstory of her, like if it is next episode, I'm fine with that because it does seem like, there's a lot attached to her character, and I think it'll be pretty interesting, and it'll probably, be on par with this episode if they go into that. I'm also fine if they just, spread it around, because at this point, I guess it just depends on if they're planning on separating or if they're planning on staying together a little bit while longer. Because if they're planning on staying together a little while longer, I kind of hope that they follow that, but then maybe put sprinkles of her backstory in between. But, I'm open for whatever because it's back.
It is back. And it's interesting to see I've said interesting too many times, but what does...
the same thing.
What does destined to be with her mean? That's
they
what
didn't
I don't understand.
I think
we'll probably have that
misunderstanding the fact that they're she's a romantic interest. It could be that, but I think it's more of just this is going to be a person that's prominent in your life going forward in this world. Maybe not so much it could be in a romantic way, but I think it's more just companion, or maybe it's who knows? It could even be somebody that you're going to be a rival with, maybe. Maybe not so much her, but her other half, I guess.
Yeah, we'll have to see how this goes. But yeah, that's going to be interesting to see in the future.
What if, what's crazy? I just thought of this. What if he, when they showed that image, what if it's not her, but it's the spirit thing living inside her?
I don't know, maybe.
Mind blown.
Mind blown. All right. Yeah, no, we'll have to go back and see what happens with her and the rest of the forest. We haven't really seen the forest come alive yet, so we'll have to see what actually lives here.
We got a sneak peek this episode of what other monsters are living in the forest.
Orcs
and ogres and lizardmen, I think.
Lizardmen, yeah.
So I guess the trio, they've only been assigned to survey the area. They haven't been really dispatched to kill any monsters. And judging by this episode, I doubt that they're even capable of doing that. But I don't know, I guess it depends on what Fire Ant's level is compared to those other monsters.
Yeah, and we'll have to see what how the Dwarven Kingdom responds as they are spying on Slime Lord.
That's true. So, any final remarks?
Really liked the episode. I found many of the elements intriguing. I wanted to see where it goes in the future. And the Slime Boy is back. He's back with the boys, and they're building a town together. I want to see one episode where it's just showing buildings. It's look how they've progressed.
We'll probably get that episode 10,
probably
15, right before something happens, and then they just destroy it all. And they're time to rebuild.
Time to rebuild.
All right, guys. Well, we'll be back, and we're excited to be coming back because it's getting good. So if you guys teetered off a little bit, it's a good time to come back, catch up, because next week's episode looking pretty good.
Pretty good.
We'll see you guys next time.
Later.